There are always new and interesting items on display at the Scarcella Center on the Stafford HCC campus. But how do cool things like these artifacts from NASA find their way here?
Well, what NASA did was they got hold of the GSA, which is a government surplus agency, and using their services, working with NASA, they basically put out items that the NASA system no longer considers of use, that is now surplus. And they're using this mechanism because the GSA has a website and distribution system to work with. So there's like a 3-week period where the big names get to apply for NASA items, and then we can. I'm constantly checking. It's like eBay shopping. I'm constantly looking for new items to come in. I'm becoming obsessed with it. We had previously received a Saturn V and a space station mock-up. We also have a tile array, which is pretty nice. Tile array was much bigger than we expected. That's one of the few problems with the GSA site is there's not a lot of pre-award information. It's very limited. So once you're awarded it, sometimes you're kind of shocked by the volume or the size. So we thought a 2x3 tile turned out to be 6x8 and 300 pounds. The importance to me has multiple facets. One is to make people interested in what NASA does, just because it's a NASA thing. You know, there's a certain glow to being a NASA item. The other one is that obviously all NASA items, whether it be the Langley pieces, which are more aerodynamic, it's all about engineering, it's all about technology. So one of the reasons I wanted to obtain some of these items is so we can look at these pieces and go, okay, think about what this did, why it was done. Look at the engineering went behind it. So if you have a hands-on piece, you know, it's like having a race car engine. You know, it is neat in itself, but then you go, okay, what's it take to make this work? What's it make to draw it? What do you know, even just doing the drawings, you know, just having the blueprints will be awesome. Some kids now don't know what a blueprint is. So it introduces them to some old-fashioned technology, and it also introduces them to some really old but truly significant engineering effort, which is kind of nice because you can actually, nowadays sometimes you can't see the depth it takes to do the engineering, whereas with some of the older technology you can actually get your hands on almost every single piece of it, the drawings, the books, and everything it took to build it. Now some of the infrastructure is all in the computer systems, so you can't see it as easily. And then the last one is, it's nice to preserve some of the NASA items that have gone through NASA here locally and have them stay here locally. You know, it's nice that all this stuff goes everywhere in the United States, but we need for some of this stuff to stay here. And also, this is Stafford. A lot of these students don't even go to NASA. So it's kind of nice to have so many things here in Stafford as opposed to the Museum of Science or the museum you know, down at NASA. Something local that if they want to come, the local kids can come. You know, homeschoolers, high schoolers, whoever, they come see it. Every time they come in this building, I make an effort to show them. So particularly when you get science students or science inclined or engineering inclined students or parents, which is also a great one. When you get engineering parents or engineering or science parents who are trying to influence their kids, they are extremely enthusiastic about these things. So having the items is also good to help the parents present items to the kids that they get interested. You know, so it's not just, you just don't get the kids interested, you get the parents and the kids interested if you can.
For HCC Beat, this is Randall Williams.